Sorry about the dogs.
Hey, that's part of working at home, right? Hi, everybody, and welcome to our sort of late hangout. It's me, Eleanor Pryor, and my guest tonight is Brenda Trott, and I'm super excited to be hanging out with Brenda. I met her for the first time at Earn 1K a Day's Vegas seminar this past year, and we're going to be talking about tonight all about publishing money trees and how you can develop this really cool skill that most people need, and it'll bring authority and all kinds of good stuff. So, say hi to Brenda.
Woo! And I was a fan too. Not gonna, Eleanor's gonna be shy, but I was a fan. It's like I know your blog. I know what you do. Me?
But yeah, because I was like, huh, really? I was like totally in denial. But it's cool. Brenda was like my favorite friend because she had the cutest dog at Earn 1K a Day, and I so wanted to steal it. But I figured that Halo might actually eat it because it was like really tiny, and Halo is kind of like really, if you've seen any of my Instagram pictures of Halo dragging me around, you know, my mixed bully, she's kind of big. So, anyways, we're not here to talk about the dog. And oh, total disclaimer, because today was just really fun, and today is Wednesday, and we all know that I love my wine, so I'm just sipping a little over here, just so that you know, and it is Wine Wednesday, so that's how that works. So, anyways, back to the whole
Forgot
point
to.
of why we're here.
All right.
I know, I sure did. I'm sorry. See how I am? I'm so bad. Um, but let's talk about why we're here. We're talking about publishing books and how there's so many businesses out there that don't know how to go through the steps and processes of publishing books. And this is one of the best ways that you can become an expert in your niche and on top of that generate an income from home. So I'm super excited to say that Brenda is partnered up with Amy and Deb to bring you this amazing product. We're going to talk a little more about this publishing thing before we share the product with you. So, Deborah, tell me how you got interested in publishing. Oh, God. Brenda. Okay, Brenda, do you look anything like Deb Drum? No, you don't. Okay, so Brenda, tell me how you got interested in publishing.
Personally, okay, well, I think everything that I do for offline businesses and everything that I do basically that actually generates an income is something I did for myself first. And probably from the time I could write, I was writing short stories and little booklets and everything, and I just kind of, forgot about it because you submit those few articles way back when there was snail mail and it cost, 6 cents to send something out. Not dating myself or anything, but I've always had an interest in writing stories, but no one ever had an interest in publishing them until lifetimes happened later, and I went ahead and published for myself. But that's not when the magic happened. The magic is when I found success for myself, and I'd share that because that's what you do when you're excited about something is you share it, and that's when people would start to come to me and say, well, I have these stories, or I have this information I want to get out. I do this. I have my daughter survived cancer, and I want everyone to know about this. Or the thing that really upsets me about this industry is that they don't understand what it's like, why you really need to have someone check your house out before you buy it. You're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a house and you haven't had anybody check it out, and I want people to know. So that's when they came to me and they said, you wrote a book, you know how to do it, can you help me do it too? Well, sure, give me the right price and I'll help you do anything.
Right. So, and now in this day and age where you don't actually have to go to a publishing company, and we have places like Amazon, and Amazon has Create Space, we actually have the ability to publish our own selves and also promote ourselves through all the different social media channels that are out there. So this really makes this amazing.
Not only is it amazing, Eleanor, but honestly, my heart really is in the small business owner. And like you said, I love to work from home, and I love, it's not for everyone, but even those who have brick and mortar businesses, it's not just possible, it's kind of mandated now. Every business owner really should have a book, and there's no excuse not to. Not now.
Yeah, not with the way, not only is it easy to learn how to do it, but if they don't have the time to learn how to do it, then they also have people that, like us, that work from home, that have
Exactly.
skill set.
Exactly, because it's still right. If it's not, everyone can do something, but they don't always want to. You're absolutely right. And that's where I think a lot of people come into the fear of, I can't make a business out of that. It's easy. Everyone can make an Amazon book. Everyone can make a Create Space book. But the truth is that um, everyone can look online for 16 different chicken recipes too, but they're still going to buy that chicken recipe book because it's organized in the way they want it to be.
It's late in the evening, and sometimes some of my kids are coming home from work and all that good stuff. So disclaimer. But again, as
That's
I
okay.
love to
My dog
say,
mentioned earlier, so.
right, as I love to say, this is the beauty of working from home. And
Right.
that's why we love to work from home, is having that access to our family. So in this, the reason why people, and I like these points, the reason why people are going to be eager to pay somebody like you or myself to publish their book is because once they get published, they're going to get free exposure, lead generation, an opportunity to make money from their books because their book is almost like a business card, massive credibility, and people. So let me let you take over. Why do you think people, besides those points that I just brought out, are willing to pay top dollar for a service like that?
Okay, well, the one example I love to use is let's look at heart surgeons. Okay, well, I'll give you two examples. One's a heart surgeon and one will be a plumber. When you know that you need heart surgery done, um, if you're at the ER, you're going to have it done with whatever doctor there is. But if it's something where you're going to go on and you have to make an appointment and you really, this is a delicate thing, you want the best doctor out there. So if you have Dr. A who lives around the corner from you, been in business for 25 years, or you have physician, heart doctor B, who's been there, but he wrote the book on heart surgery. It was a New York Times bestseller, and he's been on Oprah. Which one do you think you might be more inclined to go to? Right? Most people would say B, but which one's going to cost you more?
B.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're more known, they're known to be the biggest experts. Same thing with plumbers, right? If your toilet's overflowing, you're going to call the closest plumber that's going to be able to come out right away. But if you're going to do a kitchen remodel and you need a plumber, which one would you rather have? The one that lives around the corner, has been in business for 25 years, or the one that's maybe been in business for 5 years, you don't really know, but they wrote the book on how to properly fit things in your kitchen when you remodel your kitchen. So you're putting yourself out there, you're letting people know what you know. And
Right.
um, it starts the ball rolling. How many people I've talked to after they have their book, it gets them into those speaking events. People will invite you to speak because you're the author of a book, and they've never read your book. And nobody can track your
Yeah,
book.
that gives credibility.
Yeah, and let's talk about, you said it's a big business card. Um, there's nothing like, even if you gave your book away for free, which you pretty much can, because you can get them for as low as $2-3 a copy. So if you have high-end clients and you want them to have some information, they again don't even have to read your book, but you can present it to them, and now they've got a constant reminder of who you are and what you know. And every client that walks into their office is also going to see a copy of that book. So having a photo on the back of it, of yourself, and easy ways to reference who you are and where to find you. You never know how viral that can get offline.
Right. So like going back to the whole plumber, because that's what my hubby is.
Oh, okay.
He's a plumber.
Have you written a
He's
book yet?
actually a foreman. No, I probably should make him sit down and write a book. But what I've tried to talk him to writing a book about is his stories from growing up as a child, because he grew up and like Isabella and off the Kern River and all that good stuff. And he was very mischievous. But back on point, going with the topic of plumber, so let's just say you could write a book about the 5 best tips on keeping your drains clean, or what to do before you have to call your plumber, and then your plumber's pictures on the back and their number and the contact. So, or basically the best tips that somebody in that category for whatever plumber, as we're going with plumber, topic could give. And that, I mean, you've already given them value along with your credibility. And who are they going to call first? Somebody's given them something.
And I mean, since it kind of falls in line with that, a lot of people worry about giving away their trade secrets. And it's really a misnomer because just like you and I were talking about before, I can learn everything there is to learn about doing something, but yeah, that is a cute little scene right behind you. Sorry. Squirrel.
They can see you. Go away. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's sweet. She was trying. What I was just gonna say is that if I can know everything there is to know, but I'm going to decide whether or not I want to really try to implement that myself. A great example goes all the way back to the turn of the century. Newspaper advertising man wrote ad copy. He took out a full-page ad explaining everything you need to know to write ad copy. And what did it do? It tripled his business. He told them exactly what they needed to do. This is what you need to do to write your own ad copy, and they still went to him because he was the guy who told everybody how to do it. So you don't have to worry about giving away your trade secrets. Just it's there.
Yeah, I agree with you there, because even if you do give them your trade secrets, like you said, not everybody has the time to implement it, nor do they want to implement it, because your trade secrets might just be what you're passionate about, and they're not passionate about it. But what they need is the end results that your passions and what your knowledge can get them. So they would prefer to go to you.
Right.
That's how I see it.
The other thing, the other pushback that I get a lot from my clients with the book writing is they don't know who they're writing to. It's really important to know that you're the expert because it's what you do, and most times you're not writing to your peer. So your husband would not be writing to other foremen. Your husband's writing a book to me, who knows absolutely nothing about kitchen plumbing. So his language is going to be different. His fear factor, really, I don't know, anxiety level is going to be lower. Because he knows more than I do. But if he was writing to a peer, then you start tripping up because you start thinking, well, I should be using this technical word, not that technical word. And that's not what it's about. When you're writing a book as a business owner, you're writing it to your potential customer, your potential client. You're not writing it to your competitor.
Right. Yes, definitely. Okay, so with this, as we talked about, people are willing to pay top dollar for this service because, like we said, either they don't have the time to do it. You're the expert in this field. You've taken the time to learn how to do it. So you can go and offer that service. It takes a to-do being off of their list. They can check it off. So that's why some of the reasons why it's actually valuable for them, and they pay top dollar for it. And some of the things that you and I have mentioned already have shown that it is an in-demand service. And why is it, though, that people will be able to feel comfortable to offer this service to clients and be able to do it from their home? Why do you think that is?
Why should people feel comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, again, we need to talk about who your audience is here, but I think most of the people that you're talking to are people who are kind of working from home. They know, in general, things about publishing. They may have put a book or two up and didn't want to deal with the with their own promotion parts, just like we were talking about some other avenues that people could go down. But in general, they have a good idea of what it is. Everything that I do, like I said earlier, for my offline clients is something that I've done and had some success with myself first, and that's how they find out about it. I This is really horrible. I'm a marketer. I don't market. And so everything that I do is just based on people. I actually wait for people to come to me, and that's like the wrong way to do most things, I guess, except that that's kind of the whole next series that I'm doing is called attraction marketing, where people come to me. So that's one of the things. So if you want to be comfortable doing this, and I know you said we'd talk about this product later, but you and I know that it's easy. You learn it once, and basically you do it again. And everything that Amazon has done in the last, like they just threw on 3 more things in the last 3 weeks, I believe. Everything that they've done has happened to make things even easier to either market or easier to produce. So it only gets better from here. As far as offering it as a valid service, we already know all the reasons. You don't have to convince somebody that if they're an author that their business is going to do better. They already know that. They already know author, their eyes get big. If you can tell them they're going to be a best-selling author, wow, that's even bigger. So that's easy. It only takes once to be able to do that. And if you want to get slow, you want to start slower, because you're concerned about it, start with a nonprofit. Get them their book going. Offer it as have them offer it as a fundraiser, and then on that back end, remember how you can do the coupons. Just give yourself $1 for every book, and you're going to get paid that way as well. So, I mean, that's just a way to get started. So once you've got one going, you've got a bestseller, now you can get with confidence say that you've got it again. And I know we said we were going to talk about that product later, but working with Amy and Deb, like, they're the best ones to partner with on something like this, because they got everything. But I didn't even know. That's kind of the thing, is that they're in 2 different parts of the country as I am, and when the whole thing came together, I was floored. What they've put together has made it so incredibly easy that that's where your confidence can come from too, because I've broken down the steps on, this is how you approach an offline client, but they took everything else that you do and made it super simple. And not only that, if you've seen the graphics, there's like thousands of dollars worth of graphics there for you to have your own sample copy and say, have your own business card and say, this is why you have the book.
Yeah, and we will go check out that page in just a second. So let me speak to somebody maybe that hasn't done any publishing, or maybe hasn't had any publishing training or anything like that. I always tell everybody that I used to be a VA, and I sucked at being a VA until Deborah Conrad pulled me back into it.
Conrad what?
Until somebody pulled me back into it. I had this one client that's like got me. I like her. She's a lot of fun. I actually took a course to become a virtual assistant that helps with publishing and online publishing and all that good stuff. So like you said, Amy and Deb do have you covered. So if this is something you've never done before and you're actually curious, I'm really excited about this product, because you don't want to know what I paid to learn how to become a virtual assistant.
But it was probably still worth every penny.
Yeah, it was, but it's nowhere near what you and Amy and Deb have compiled together. And why I'm really excited that they partnered with you was because the one piece that I've always been missing whenever I take courses to learn how to do something is, how do I go out and find the client? I know how to do all this amazing stuff. Where do I get my client from? How do I get my money back from this course? So that has always been my problem. So before we go and take a look at the page really quick, I just want to talk about what Amy and Deb and you have put together. So it's a complete business or add-on service that you can provide. And like I said, I love working from home, and I know so many other people do love working from home. It doesn't matter what your circumstances, if you have a job that you're trying to work out of, get yourself out of, or whatever. And multiple streams of income is amazing. And working from home, you can totally do this. And trust me, you don't have to do direct sales company or anything like that and beg somebody to let you come in their home and for you to hold a party and pitch their friends when you can do something amazing like this. So book content creation is what you're going to learn how to do, book formatting and publishing, additional book marketing services, amazing side, which is it's a totally amazing side income. And most, like we've said, most people have no clue. They know they can go to Amazon and buy a book off of their Kindle to come to their Kindle device, or they can order a book that'll come directly to their home, but they don't know that they could actually be a publisher of a book. So that's going to be amazing. Plus, even if you just get one client, this can change your financial future. I don't mean to like throw names out, but, or that's not what I was trying to say, but, or pull a name in. But I remember a while back that John and Jay Boyer were talking about how they actually generated income, and I mean 6 digits? Yeah, up to 6 digits for publishing and creating books for people, if I remember correctly. I think in your life.
I remember I remember the story because it was actually in Corpus Christi here in Texas that I first heard them talk about that, where they basically, they'd been doing this, they'd been having success, and just like me, they share that because you're excited. And somebody said, well, I want you to do that for me. And he's like, no. And the number just kept going up and up and up. He's like, oh, man, fine. But, yeah, if you just get one client and you charge them $2,000, one client a year, one client a month, what does that do?
One client a month, 2 clients a month. I think that would replace certain people's incomes.
And I like totally interrupted you, but they do talk about that in the course as well. They talk about outsourcing that, so you could definitely scale this.
Yeah, so the possibilities, the reason why I brought them up was the possibilities are totally endless. And so the program is called Publishing Money Trees. And I think that's the most coolest name ever, because who doesn't want to grow a money tree?
Right?
If you could, right? So let me make sure that I'm on the right page before we go in, and I share really quick the screen so you can go to the page so you can see those amazing graphics that Brenda was talking about. But while I'm doing that, Brenda, tell them what those amazing graphics that they're getting comes with, so that they know why we're so excited about those amazing graphics.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, what is she talking about? Okay. Well, the thing is, I didn't have anything to do with this. I feel like so lucky to be teamed up with Amy and Deb. They actually put together an entire book and giving you the rights to own this thing and publish it yourself. So not only are you going in and saying you need to write a book for your business, but you're going to show by example that you've got your own book written explaining why they need their own book published. So, and it's giving away a little bit, some trade secrets, but we talked about that. That's okay. That's going to just set you up as the expert and show you what it is that you can do. It shows other people what you can do. So you don't have to do. It's not like, everybody and their mother is going to have the same cover. These are just some wonderful covers that you can edit. Shows you how to do that. There's tons of videos in here. We're not selling you a whole bunch of PDFs that you have to sort through. This is step by step. You get to go back through it and watch it and listen to it over again. Get through it. Then as you think back, what was I supposed to do with this one? Go back and do it again. And then go ahead and use these graphics for your clients as well. Look at those backgrounds. These in itself, if you outsource these, could cost you a bit, and it's all done right there for you.
Not
that
only
in
that,
itself, not even including or any of the other stuff, that's worth the intro price that we're offering this at.
Right. And now let's even just totally step back, because you're where? Where are you? Your location is?
I'm in Houston.
Okay, and I am in the outskirts of Las Vegas, and I know I have a friend that's listening that is actually in Australia. And most of these businesses that you're going to be approaching are brick and mortar businesses. So guess what? Is it going to matter? Because what are the
Right.
odds? There's no odds of them finding, oh, well, that book is over there. No, you're going to be going and networking, and maybe even if you're really sociable like I am, you might even join a network group like BNI or something like that. And BNI is not like my favorite one, but a local networking group that you can go to and share this with people. So you're going to be, you don't have to worry about that. Like,
And
I'm not saying what I'm trying to say right. It's not coming out
for
right.
$2, yeah, $2.50 is your average price of what that's going to cost you to put your own book together. They're a little bit more than a business card. You're not going to pass them around like a business card. But if you do go to those networking groups, which I do talk about, by the way, that's one of the first videos I made was explaining what you say at these networking groups, where to find them. BNI is very expensive, but you can go and visit various groups and not pay a fee because you're somebody's visitor. But you can offer these up as door prizes at each one of these. So now everyone is talking about this awesome book. Your face is on the back of it. Everybody wanted a copy, and one lucky person gets it. And again, you're talking about your book without really pushing it. And again, you can offer these for sale at speaking events. You can get into speaking events with your own book. You can tell
Ooh,
people.
and you can sign it. Ooh, how cool is that?
Right, exactly right. So, I mean, everything that we just talked about, why the brick and mortar person needs a book, you've got it done for you right here. And 73 pages is a nice, a healthy size book, and it's just a great example of what you can do for them. But it's also going to do everything else that their book's going to do for them, which is set you up as the expert, get you into those speaking events, be a big business card, and show people exactly what it is that you can do for them.
Right, and speaking of this, a while back, I can't even remember the name of the book, but just to even show more value of what this has to offer, there was a book that this lady was creating in a networking group here in Las Vegas, and there's several different cities where this book is published. And she would go and approach different experts to be part of this book. And what you would get is a two-page layout. And there would be links to your sites, a little bit of information about you, and some pictures about you. Now, that was just two book that was filled with about 250 other entrepreneurs or business people or brick and mortar businesses. Now, can you imagine, and I shouldn't use the word diva, but could you imagine being that main person, the diva of just one book, and it's all about you? So there's no going and looking, oh, I like this person's layout better. Maybe I'll connect and network with them. But that was just another example of I did pay to be in that book, and that book was a $500 book. So when you paid to be in that book to get 2 pages, to get the street cred out there, you're paying $500.
And that is, I mean, you're given 2 points here, Eleanor. That's one of the strategies that I explain on how to get these books done. If you're cautious about, worried about asking somebody for $8,000 to put a book together for them, that's another way to do it. Just look assembled books, and I give you a whole entire list of different types of people or different types of industries that would work well in a local book that would promote local business, but also get them into bestseller status, and by charging them that editing fee, which you're proving
Right.
people pay.
Yeah, hello. And if I only knew what I know now then, yes. Exactly. So what I want to tell you guys really quick, because I know that Brenda and I both have totally, in our excitement about this, have shared with you. I want you to know how much it is. Right now it is $47, and this price is going to last 9 days. And then Deb and Amy are going to raise the price on this. So you can come to the sales page if you, go to Eleanor Loves, and I don't know how to spell the word love, so it's LUVS.com/PMT, and PMT is for Publishing Money Trees. And just come check out the whole sales page because we touched on some of the stuff that's here. And as you can see, actually, it's more like 8 days, 23 hours, just really, really close. But you can see why it's a value. And then you can also check out the video that, here's Brenda, and this is the cool stuff that she's going to sell. So you remember how I told you earlier how I took the course to become a book marketing, and actually I think I still have a domain name up somewhere, but online book marketing specialist is what I think it was. Anyways, that I paid for this course to do this, and then the next thing was, oh, where do I find a client to pay for this course? No, you don't have to worry about that because Brenda is showing you how to get clients, what to say, how not to be a salesy douche, but you can close the deal. And
Fine talking, right?
yes, it is. It is. I love my red wine. It kind of inhibits me and makes me a little more fun. Just enough, just enough. And how to get paid? I loathe cold calling. I love warm contacts, and that's one of the reasons I love social media so much because it changes those cold contacts into warm contacts. And it's all natural. It just flows beautifully. So that that's what will happen with that and all this other good stuff. So just
I
check
do. I have to. I've got to tell you. You could almost call me the lazy marketer.
out.
I'm known locally as the make money in your sleep girl. That was by accident because I would literally wake up and thanks to Amazon and thanks to affiliate stuff,
Uh-oh.
I would literally wake up and get out of bed only because I had made some money. So, but the truth is that, if you really knew the way I did things, you'd realize that all I'm doing is being me, right? And that's all I know how to do is be who I am. And I talk about the things that are exciting to me or the things just like everybody else does. You talk about the things that piss you off. And when you do that, you've got some passion in you, and that's when people start getting attracted to what can you do for me, right? That's the end part. And the truth is that you can do this for other people and do it for you and do it for your family too. And I still kind of cringe. You're going through that sales page, and I swear I'm not a salesperson. I'm very lazy, like no cold calling. You're not even kidding. I won't do it. I've given up insurance sales. I've given up all kinds of sales because I cannot stand cold calling. It's like I'd much rather walk on a plate of glass than broken glass than pick up another phone and call some poor business owner who and ask them if they want insurance. It's not me. So I've given you a whole bunch of strategies. I can't tell you if I've given you all of my strategies. I've given you the ones I use the most. And like I said earlier, those are the trade secrets. I'm not afraid of giving out the trade secrets because, like you said, there's plenty of business to go around, and I have a passion for the small business owner, and I think that this is a great service, but it's not the only service you can offer. So that's something we didn't even talk about. Inside, once you get inside, look for my Keep Your Foot in the Door packet. I show you all sorts of places to go from there. So you've started with your book, you got the person writing the book, even if you just get them interested in writing a book, or you get them to write a chapter in the book, or you get them to promote somebody else's book for you, you've got a client now. So what else can you offer them? And I show you, there's a whole nother list of keep your foot in the door. So basically, keeping that person in front of you, keeping that relationship rolling, offering them more services that get them more business and make them more money so you can make more money too.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at, I looked at the sales page, there's, I mean, like you said, Amy and Deb, they don't leave anything out. And they put lots of great content in their stuff. And when they do great stuff. So, and then they go and find awesome people to oh, what's that word for it? Oh, compliment. There you go. To
Uh-huh.
compliment their amazing stuff. So it makes their stuff even more
You really
awesome.
can't go wrong with Amy and Deb products.
Right.
You just can't go wrong with them. They're probably the one group I've purchased from over the years and have not refunded. At least one product.
Right.
They know their stuff and they get it across. Yeah.
Right. And the other thing is too with their stuff that I like is that it is evergreen. So like say you're not maybe like for me right now, because of what I'm doing, I wouldn't be able to go out right now and implement this because fourth quarter is almost here and I have my hands in a couple of different things. But like say if I wanted to get started with this at the beginning of the year, it would not hurt me to spend the $47 now and sit on it versus later in January it might be more than $97 and I'm kicking myself type thing. So it is evergreen. You don't have to worry if you don't have the time to get started, but you should just grab it is what I'm trying to say.
Well, let me give you another thing too. Um, that's kind of the bad thing. That's kind of the awesome thing about Amy and Deb products is that their price points are at a place where you can enter. The beginner can get started, and even though I find what I had to get access to the products because you better believe I'm going to be using those graphics, and I'm going to have my own book out there, and I'm going to be sending that to my offline list as well. So I'm going to be using this, but I did some research. I have another fellow who asked me to work with him first, and we were going to put something like this together. We did some research on what it costs to have something ghostwritten for you. And I found websites and everything else that show you people are actually offering this type of service for over 20,000 and up. And the
Wow.
types of services. Another reason I think people stop and they say, yeah, I should have a book. The big thing you're going to hear about is I don't write. Awesome. Those are the people you want to work with. You don't write? Oh, okay. Well, can you answer this question, and this question? Awesome. Let's put your book together. I'll put you down for this date. We're going to use freeconferencecalling.com. We're going to get on the phone, and we're going to talk. Then you're going to have a transcriptionist. Don't do it yourself. Have the guy pay for the transcriptionist, right? They're going to pay you. And you get it done, and you've got an awesome starting point. Now you know how to manipulate your words. You don't know how to spell, you don't know how to finish a sentence, that's fine because now you've got another person to outsource it to, and that's going to be your editor. And, then you've got everything. Amy and Deb show you how to put it together into a great format, and you've got somebody. And the only thing is, I'm going to caution you, don't do it in a week, okay? Tell the people that it's going to take about 6 weeks, get it done in 4, and they're going to be extremely excited. If you do it in a week, they're going to figure out just how easy it was, and they're going to get pissed off. So if you get it done that fast, sit on it, okay? Don't go too fast. But this really is, I mean, for if you've been thinking about, just like you said, Eleanor, what does it cost to get into Avon? Isn't it over $50 now to get into Avon or Tupperware? Or
You know what? I never sold Avon or Tupperware, but what I did sell, oh goodness, I got suckered into Almay. No, Amway, not Almay. Almay is this.
oh,
Amway.
it's called Amway.
Amway.
And then what have you got?
Whatever it is.
And you've got ongoing fees, right? You have updating catalogs.
Yeah.
You have to buy your tapes. You have to buy your extra. Your product's going to go bad. This is, I mean, come on. This is not even $100 yet because it's being promoted. This is a true business in a box, and I'm really super excited to be a part of it because not only, this is what I love. This is where I was a teacher. And when you teach, you've got 30 kids at a time. If you're high school, you got a couple hundred kids at a time. But then I became a specialist, right? So what am I doing now? Now, instead of affecting those 100 kids, I'm affecting every one of the kids that my teachers are affecting, because I'm teaching the teachers, and then they teach the kids. So now I'm affecting even more. So doing this with Amy and Deb, I've got a heart for the small business owner, but for every person that goes into this and becomes a business person and finds all those other things to do, now I'm helping even more business people,
Right.
because every one of you are going to go out and help them. So it's exciting for me in lots of different ways.
Right, and you know what? As side note to that, like Minnie Me, who was the squirrel, she's taking a video production course at school, and today she came home, and because of everything I do, she knows about Camtasia because it's on the laptop, but she's never really touched it. But the teacher's teaching Camtasia. So now imagine this: you're teaching a teacher how to do this, and or someone like me or who has kids, but I don't have the time to do it myself. My kids can actually take that course, and kids nowadays, I mean, that's like almost going to vocational school, but not really having to step foot into one.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
graduated from one, so
Right,
yeah.
right. I've got 4 of them, and I so know what you're talking about. They're all hyped up about going to college and all that kind of stuff. It's like, man, pick one of these courses.
I know.
Please.
That's what my thought is.
It'll pay for whatever degree you want to get in sociology that's not going to do you any kind of good.
Yeah, just go to college for a hobby.
Yeah.
Because even
like, go out here, teach some business owners how to do something,
Yeah, and then they're self-made, and then they have their time, and they have that youth, and they're not stuck in a classroom. And my favorite place to have been would have been on a beach with a glass of wine if I was legal.
The real Eleanor, come to the table, please.
Oh yes, I am here. Trust me. Wine glass and red wine. Red wine is one of my favorites. So yeah.
How do you do that at 1K? Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't really show that because I live here, so I actually would have to drive myself home. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Right.
so nobody really got to see that point.
You know where Ely is? Do you know where Ely, Nevada is?
It's like up north. Yeah. Up north as I look up.
I lived there for 3 or 4 years. Taught over.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Then I went and taught at UNR. Used to take Highway 50 past the shoe tree.
Yeah, you up north is cold. Too cold. But yes, I visited one year and I was like, oh yeah, this is not ever happening again. So, but okay, so let me think. Is there anything else that I'm really excited to tell you guys about this other than you don't have to do what I did to learn how to do this and then wonder how you're going to find the clients. That is, to me, that's one of the things I'm most excited about for this particular product, is because you have those trade secrets of how you go out and you find those clients. So
yeah, and it's not pick up the phone and find the phone book, and it's not send a bunch of blank emails to people. I do a little bit of social media, talk a little bit about that, but and a lot of one-on-one stuff. But there's ways to do this from home, even if you're afraid to talk to other people, even if you don't want to leave the house. There's ways to get this done. It's a lot easier if you can get out once in a while and meet some folks. But and for the most part, having that book, I mean, geez, having your own book as a sample, like, wow. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to write about it. Just take what Amy and Deb have given you, wrap it up. It's like a present, and you get to pick whichever character you want as the front cover, right?
But speaking of social media, so let's pull an Eleanor for a minute. LinkedIn is ripe and plucked. I mean, Yeah, right for the picking. Right for the picking. So you can go in there and there's all kinds of business owners. Not only are there all kinds of business owners, but there's also people who are looking for jobs that are experts in other fields. So I'm not trying to go back to plumber, so let's find something. How about like a paralegal, which is not really exciting, but that's the only thing that come off the top of my head. Maybe a paralegal. Would it be good to write a book for a paralegal? Are
Absolutely.
you?
Again, um, getting the right questions across to them is really where it's at. So especially somebody who's from a legal industry, man, if they try to write that book themselves, it's going to come out in a fashion that's just not even going to be
Yeah.
comprehensible, right? So, what are the three main things that people should ask? Why do people even need a paralegal? What's the difference between a paralegal and a lawyer? What are the reasons for that? So absolutely, that's a great one. That's a good one.
Or what about even real estate agents? There's real estate agents. Or why does somebody even need an IT person? Most people don't even realize why they need an IT person. And well, when the computer stops working and won't turn on, they just go buy a new one. But that they don't necessarily, they might not even need one because like my IT guy, the one thing that was wrong with my laptop was just needed a new mouse pad.
Yeah.
And that was it. So just all
I
kinds of people, not even.
I'll give you one example, Eleanor. I went to a networking event where people actually paid a portion of money to speak for 5 minutes. So they paid to be the speaker, and for 5 minutes they told us about their job. After 5 minutes, I had a list of potential authors and what they could write about. So the only one that comes to mind, I think one was an IT guy, and another one was a lighting. What he did was he went in and did all the outdoor lighting for people. So, and he showed us, he got up there and he showed us like a bad lighting kit versus a good lighting kit. What they look like after 5 minutes, or after a year if you buy the Walmart brand or the Home Depot brand, and what they look like after a year if you buy his. So when it was my turn, typically when you go to a networking event like that, you get 30 seconds to a minute to introduce yourself. That's kind of the standard when you go out there. Occasionally you'll get 5 minutes, or you can win 10 minutes. Stuff like that happens. So in my 30 seconds, I said, I'm a publisher, and I look forward to publishing a book about lighting by this person. And he looks up, he's like, what? And I look forward to publishing a book by so-and-so, and it's about this. And they looked up, and I'll be darned if I did not get 3 cards that day that said, we need to talk about making that happen. So
Yeah.
very, very easy thing to do is use your ears, listen, and think about it, Eleanor. What are you doing when you tell somebody that they would make a great author? Are you selling them something, or are you complimenting them? Right?
Yep.
You're talking to people's egos. The best person, I think the biggest ego that we have in the industry, like local industry, is probably the car lot owner, right?
Yeah.
Know it. They're the ones who are always on TV. They're usually ugly and short and loud, and they're they're telling you about their wonderful used cars, and
Yeah, we
that's
got
their
one
ego.
here.
They want to be on TV. They think if everybody sees them, that they're going to get the sales. So appeal to that ego, and let them let them know.
We have 2 of them here. Actually, you have me rolling. We have the Finley guy. Something about, oh God, what is his name? Oh, well, I'm not going to give him 10 seconds of fame, but I will tell you his tagline is, I will do anything to sell you a Finley.
Oh,
And I mean, his commercials are cheesy as heck. Oh, and then there's the Dodge guy. He's like bald and got these like, yeah, oh yeah.
they're never nice looking. I don't know what it is, but they're never easy on the eyes.
Never, never, but they are sure a camera hog. If I ever did see one.
Right.
Oh, that is too funny. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me check one thing really quick because I was bad and I kind of ignored the event page, and I just want to make sure there's no questions or anything in there before we go. But if there's anything else you want to say while I'm looking at that, please feel free. I'm just going to go really quick.
Yeah, Eleanor actually is going to be in my upcoming book.
Oh, really?
You don't remember sending me the chapter?
Oh, yeah, no, I have to redo that chapter.
Okay, I will.
I did send you
Before
the
it being
chapter.
so late. I approached several online marketers who I thought excelled in what they did, and the premise was, what is it that you tell people you do for a living? And I was inspired by Tim Castleman, actually, who I thought was just hilarious on a webinar. Said that he told his mom he worked online, and she thought he was selling Viagra. So and my own mother has no idea what I do. You know, I tell her I'm teaching a class on Facebook, or I tell her I'm teaching a class on book, and she's like, "Oh, you got your teaching job back." And it's like, yeah, and I own the school. So I thought it would be fun to put together, and I just want everyone to be on the lookout because Eleanor's got a cute chapter that she wants to rewrite.
Yeah, I just want to rewrite it just a tiny bit. But yeah, my question was because I don't really talk to my family that much about what I do. They just know that I'm kind of online and they see weird things that they don't understand. So I post the question publicly on social media, and some of the answers are really cute and sweet and lovable. And I was just like, oh, that's so cool. So yeah, you will know when that book comes out because it will be posted in the Kindle Cafe and all that other good stuff too. So, but yes, this is fun and you know, I think I might have to have hangouts more on Wednesday again. I was doing a wine Wednesday hangout, but we were talking more about wine. Whereas I think this is more fun talking about internet marketing products and Kindle products and
Drinking
drinking
one.
wine. Yeah. And next time I will let my guests know.
Okay. All right. Well, I
So
will.
that they can have fun with me.
I'll have to go get my my Choco Vine for that one then. You have
Ooh.
that one yet?
Oh, no, you know I'm so bad. I'm so brand loyal. So like when I fall in love with something, I kind of just stick with it. And I have two different wines that I like, and Mirasu is one of them, and I love their
The link for Marisu is below.
yeah. No, well, actually, this is one time you have no affiliate link for me. But I love their Pinot, and then I'm drinking tonight. I'm drinking an organic wine called Bonterra, and it's their Zinfandel, their 2010 Zinfandel. And what I love about Bonterra, besides the fact that it's organic, but they have the most beautiful wine cork ever. Ever. It's just gorgeous. Except for I don't have it near me, so I'm not going to show it to you. But if you go look on Pinterest, you'll see it on my Pinterest.
Oh, okay. I'll look on Pinterest.
Or even actually no, go if you go to my blog and do a search for Thirsty Girl, it'll come up in one of the blog posts because it was one of the wine tastings for the Twitter chats that we used to do, or they used to do, which I'm kind of missing. But anyways, yeah. So I'm pretty much that. Yeah, that way it's pretty bad. It's good. But so I hope that everybody this was actually really one of the funnest hangouts I've done in a while. Yesterday I got to hang out with my Twitter crush, which was even fun. So far I was like stumbling over my words because I was just like in such awe that my Twitter crush said yes. So, but yes. So I hope that between Brenda and myself, that if you are looking for something to do from home, or if you are an experienced publisher or whatever, that we've actually inspired you and given you something else that you can use to generate another stream of income. Because I know sometimes I'll get to a point where I'm like, nothing's working, or my income kind of like just stopped, or I haven't reached a level that I wanted, and I'll get discouraged, and then something will come along, or I'll make a sell, or my one Kindle book. As I say, shh, don't tell nobody. My one Kindle book that I have online, I'll get Amazon payment from and go, oh, Fred, let me get my butt back in gear. So no matter what, if you don't have, it just opens up tons of possibilities for you. So go check out, besides the fact that it is my affiliate link, and if you do go purchase on it, I do thank you, and it'll feed into either the 9-year-old's LPS addiction or little pet shop addiction or one of the other kids is something or other.
Or
I
more
like
wine.
to, huh?
More wine.
Oh yeah, that too. But
More
yeah, that's only on
wine
Wednesday.
Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, a bottle usually lasts me about a week. It's a good three glasses, and you're good to go for a week. So I'm not that bad of a wine lover, but I do like my wine.
I get
Um,
after two.
yeah, yeah. I try to make the bottle last the whole week. So, but yeah. Anyways, I got sidetracked, but I think that this will truly, honestly, be one of those programs that you will really benefit for. And if you actually go through the course and do what Amy and Deb and Brenda say to do and implement it, I'm more than positive, and I can guarantee you that you will definitely be able to reap some multiple rewards from it. At least that's my feeling from it. Because when I take courses and I actually implement the steps in them, and I take courses from reputable course creators and not screw up like I did this past week, which we won't go into, um, then you definitely will benefit, and then you get to see and enjoy the beauty and live the dream of actually working from home and seeing how you can benefit from working online. And that was my cute sympathy, probably a little tiny bit of wine talking, but honestly, mostly me. So, anyways, I just want to say thank you to Brenda for hanging out with me tonight. And you can, like I said, I don't know how to spell the word love, so it's Luvs. You can tell I was an 80s child, graduated in the 80s. But definitely check it out. And don't wait until the, what is that period? Those 9 days are up, and then you're paying more, because you don't want to pay more for something amazing like this when you can
It's
get it
still worth
at,
it, though. It's still
yeah.
worth it.
It's still worth it. It definitely is still worth it. I'm not saying that it's not, but trust me, don't kick yourself later when you get this awesome deal right now. Because that's another thing that I'm learning, and my kids are laughing at me sometimes. But I'm learning the value of coupons now. And I have a friend that's a really amazing couponer. And she has taught me how to, like, score some killer deals. And the other day I came home with, like, you don't want to see what the top of the washer looks like with all the laundry detergent that I scored. or under their bathroom sink, all the shampoo.
If you,
Yeah.
Eleanor, okay. I feel kind of bad because now I'm thinking, all right, this is like public, but if you Google my name, one of my best-selling books is Extreme Couponing Without Extreme Stress.
See?
And it's one of the ways that I got started as well. Like you said, you just scored a whole bunch of laundry detergent and everything else. Now that I've got recurring income coming in, I'm doing all sorts of things, the only reason that I coupon is for arbitrage. Because
That's why I'm couponing.
because that's it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. As much as, even though it was like for without extreme stress, and you get excited about it, and you like, it's like score, like you say, right? But once you get stuff going and rolling, then you start going, okay, what do I have the time for? Well, I have the time to make more money, but if I just want to get my laundry detergent, I'm going to get my laundry detergent because I made, a couple $100 in a day because I sold that book, because so yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so you don't have to Google that book from Brenda, because the last score that I did for retail arbitrage, there was we're so off topic, but that's okay. That's the whole point of Google Hangouts. They are amazingly about, so you're getting an education on two things. But the last coupon I scored, it was a regional coupon, and it wasn't here in Nevada, so I ordered it off of one of the coupon websites. It was couponfleamarket.com. And it was an Almay. That's why I said Almay earlier. But it was an Almay $4 regional coupon. And I used it at Walgreens because it wasn't quite a moneymaker, but it was, because if you went to Walgreens, they had, the last week that I used it, they had certain makeup where you would pay where I used the coupon and brought it down to $2.48, the specific makeup that I was getting. And then I was getting a $3, what is
Hey.
that? Well, yes, that came out of the cashier thing. So I not only was I getting makeup that I could sell retail arbitrage, but I was getting another $3 on top of that. And what I was making off of that $2.48 makeup, I've been selling it for like $15. So I'm like making $6. Yeah, off of $2.48. Yeah, bring the coupons over to Mama, please.
Awesome.
So
That's the way to do
yes.
it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so yeah, like when we say we're about the multiple streams of income, we're about the multiple streams of income.
Well, yeah, I
There's
mean,
all kinds of cool stuff.
okay, but so are tire shops, and so is Walgreens, right? Walgreens, you don't
Hmm.
go in and just buy makeup. You go into Walgreens, you buy makeup, soap, chewing gum, drugs.
Everything.
So,
Groceries,
yeah,
toys.
wine.
Wine Wednesday, thank you. Hello. Like here.
So every business is multiple streams of income. So yeah, don't let that bother you. But finding your passion, finding what's fun, finding how to communicate with people. Sometimes it's going to be through voice, through Google. You excel obviously through Google Hangouts. You were talking about that. Um, Social media. It doesn't matter, but it's all about making connections with both who you are, what you love, and then sharing that in a way that people find value in it.
Right. Definitely. So this has been fun. I'm so excited. Okay, so before somebody comes home and starts talking or anybody, they get restless because they've all been very gracious and hidden in their rooms. I think we should end this. But thanks everybody, and thanks again, Brenda. This was so much fun. And make sure you all go check out the page, eleanorloves.com/PMT, and enjoy your new business and kick butt while you're doing it and enjoy those checks that are coming in. Go woo some people. All right. Bye.